how do you know which is the right franchise for you? If I'm being honest, it's next to impossible to figure this out on your own. There's just way too many behind the scenes differences with franchises, even ones that look the exact same to the consumer. Not to mention the way you go about finding the best franchise is totally different than how you found a job or really found anything in life. You got to reevaluate what you want to do every single day. It's kind of like having a blank slate that we get to start from scratch to really reassess where you are, what you want, and how we get there. The main thing that people will talk about a lot is like my experience is this, or my passion is this, therefore that's what the business has to be in. It could be, yes, but more times than not, like 9 out of 10 times, it is something totally different. Why? Because franchises don't care about your industry experience. They need you to be the owner. Our job is to help, number one, properly educate you on franchise ownership, figure out if this is the right path, and then from there, it is to help you find the absolute best fit for you. So when we're all said and done with this, and you're still wondering, how am I going to know the right franchise? Here's the crazy thing. When we are all the way in the end of this process, you will not have to make a decision. It will be so crystal clear that you have found the right franchise fit for you. You're like, yes, this is it. And you're off and running with your new business. That's how it's going to work when you work with our team. How much does it cost to purchase a franchise? Well, not nearly as much as most people think. The mind tends to go in franchising when people look at this the first time. They think about McDonald's, Taco Bell, all the big stuff that costs multi-million dollars to be able to get up and running. Those things really are that much. That's the extreme in franchising. But it is an incredibly wide range of what it really takes. The entry point financially to be able to own a franchise is significantly less. In most cases, you do need some level of cash in addition to whatever funding option, but I always kind of equate it to buying a house. So if somebody could buy that cute little starter home, you've got enough cash for the down payment, you've got good enough credit to get a home loan. If we don't just those two things, we will have multiple franchise options for you, really hundreds of them, and then multiple funding options as well. Now, does that entry point get you 14 Taco Bells? Well, heck to the no. But does it get us in the door to hundreds of amazing franchise opportunities to let you get started, build, and then go crazy from there, grow it to whatever you want it to be? But the reality of it is, the cost to invest in a franchise, to own a franchise, is significantly less than most people realize. Our team, our process is going to help you understand what you're comfortable affording, what funding options are available, and which franchises fit those goals. Is your previous industry experience in the corporate world, does it matter when choosing a franchise? You're not going to believe me at this at first, but I'm going to tell you, not in the slightest. The franchisors don't care about your industry experience. Why is that possible? The franchise world is how you always want HR departments to be when you're looking for a job and you're trying to do something a little bit different, but you know you check all the boxes for that. And they're like, I'm sorry, you don't have the proper experience with this. Franchises, they don't care about your industry experience because you're not the doer. What do you think McDonald's owners do? Make French fries all day long? No. You could be the biggest slob on the planet and own a cleaning franchise. They don't care. You're not the one cleaning. You're the one running the business. What's your skill set? What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What do you want to do? What do you not want to do? What are some of the intangibles for you, core values that are key to you, you want in the business, you want in the franchise? All different things that we're going to build out that it's kind of your day in the life. You're a smart, successful person. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be thinking about this. So you're smart enough to learn the intricacies of making a French fry. All those things, we're going to help you understand what it needs to look like. We're going to go find the franchises that match. With franchising, all we need, you be you. That's it. We will help you find the best match for you, and none of it will have to do with what your industry experience while you were toiling away in the corporate world. Are there funding options that can help me own a franchise? That is a big yes. There are several of them. And part of the Francoach process is to help people understand what those funding options are, what you're capable of doing, and then finding the franchises that fit those parameters. We are partnered with over 600 franchises, but we're also partnered with all of the top franchise funding companies in the US. Believe it or not, there are companies that's just all they do, franchise funding, right? We're not going to our local bank and our banker Bob that we know, like Bob can't help us. We need specific help within franchising. 5 real options for funding. You got cash, you want to self-fund, equity in real estate that you have, that you can use that to fund all or a part of it. We have partners that will do unsecured lending, term loans, business lines of credit. But the top 2 that people will use, SBA loans and what's called a ROBS, rollover for business startup. It is a kind of a hidden method to be able to use your own retirement money to invest in a business, and it's not taxed or penalized. And then the SBA loan is a good old loan, just like buying a house. You need a little cash out of pocket for kind of the down payment. The loan funds the rest of the business. Super simple, huge range of things are there. We're going to be able to help you identify again, what can you do? What should you do? What are the funding options? Who are the people that can help you? And what franchises fit? All part of our process to help you as we go along this journey. How much money can you make as a franchise owner? Common question we hear. We all need to eat and pay the bills, right? For those of us coming out of the corporate world, you're used to that every 2-week paycheck that we get for doing a job we don't really like. So how much money can you make as a franchise? The simple answer is, how much money do you want to make? You really can be whatever you want. And the keys to making money as a franchise owner are very simple. First and foremost, and I cannot stress this enough, the money follows the fit. There's not one franchise out there that's going to achieve whatever financial goals you are. All of them can. We have to find what the best fit is for you. And that is our entire focus of making sure that you are finding your best fit. Once we find the fit, success of the franchise owner is really, really simple. 2 things. 1, follow the dang plan the franchise has laid out for you. And if you're not going to do that, why are you a franchise owner? Follow the proven system they have. And then put forth the required effort. If you're a full-time owner, 40 hours a week. If you're semi-absentee and they're really telling you need 12 hours a week, do 12. Follow the plan, put forth the effort. Really that simple. And the money is hitting your goals for what you want. Time you're spending, money you're making. If that's the case, sit right there. When you find your happy spot, you can stay there as long as you want. But you want more. You want to grow bigger. You want to be an empire builder, grow this massive opportunity out there for you. You can. It's scalability. 1 of 2 ways. Multiple units. Is that a retail location? We have multiple retail locations. Is it a non-retail? Then we're going to add additional territories and expand. Those are the 2, that's really the most common way, the multiple units. You want to go crazy on empire building. Instead of, or in addition to spreading out with multiples, you can grow multiple brands. Stack them on top of each other. Grow your franchise empire. It really can be whatever you want from a financial standpoint. And then the flip side of that, kind of the inside of that, is when you leave your job or when they leave it for you, you don't get to sell that to the next person. You made your money, you're done. As a franchise owner, you make your money throughout this, but you are building wealth and equity. This is a business that can be sold in the end. You make all your money, cash out. You want to go crazy? You want to build a family empire? Pass that business on to somebody else in your family. That's what you've now done as a franchise owner. You level yourself up to the top of the food chain to build it to whatever you want. And you keep your job and become a franchise owner. Yes, you can. Maybe you don't absolutely hate your job. Maybe you're not in a financial position, you don't feel like you're in a financial position to leave your job to start the business, but you want that franchise for diversification of revenue and potentially an exit strategy eventually from your job. In franchising, what that's referred to as a semi-absentee owner. You're part-time because you got something else going on, a job, other businesses, whatever. We need to find a semi-absentee model. How do we do that? First of all, this is where our relationship with the franchise partners comes into play, because this is something that tends to be proprietary with the franchisors. Not every franchise is open to semi-absentee. The ones that are have various levels of what that means to them. One franchise may say, we are completely designed as a semi-absentee model. The next one may say, hey, we've got both. We've got good semi-absentee owners, we've got full-time owners. And there's going to be others that are really designed for full-time. Those are massive differences right there. Each franchise, when they say semi-absentee, no matter which of those 3 buckets they were in, well, that is, we need somebody that can really spend 8 to 10 hours a week on the business doing X, Y, and Z. The next franchise is going to say, we're semi-absentee. We need 20 to 25 hours a week for our owner, and we need A, B, C, D, E, and F. from them to do. Again, massive differences, proprietary things. You can't Google this stuff. Our relationship with the franchisor is so we know. So if somebody's looking at semi-absentee, it's not just semi-absentee. There's a lot of different kind of things, boxes we have to check underneath there to figure out what that is. And then what's the long-term goal? Are we always staying there? Are we going to transition out at some point? What are we looking for scalability? The short answer is, can you keep your job and own a franchise? You betcha you can. Tons of options out there. Like everything in franchising, it's the behind the scenes stuff. It's what it is you're really looking for in this that are going to lead us to that perfect match. But that's what the Francoach team is here to help you with.